Hello guys, it's Mac My Makeup 2. In my last video, just before this, like 2 minutes ago, I did a video on how to make your own homemade primer. So, after that video, I'd show you how to make bracelets, but I'm not going to do that. Sorry. I'm going to show you how to make your own eyeshadow. And how to depot any eyeshadow. So, the items I need for the eyeshadow making is rubbing alcohol, not peroxide, rubbing alcohol. Some sort of stirs, some old eyeshadow makeup or some you don't use, and yeah. And now for making your eyeshadow, you're gonna need something to put it on, and yeah, in a container. And I'm just gonna be using this little container in there because it's empty. But if you don't want to use those, you can just use a little container, you know. You can get those at Ulta or the plastic one in any food store. So the first thing I'm gonna do is show you how to depot your makeup. So this is just a regular makeup thing. So the things we need for that is tweezers, a lighter, be careful, parent supervision if you're under age, and some eyeshadows you want to take out. So I'm not gonna take these out. I'm gonna show you how to do it. So what you're gonna do is you're going to take your lighter and hold it right underneath the one you want to depot. So I'll just depot the easiest one. Be careful it doesn't burn. So yeah, I'm just going to show. When it becomes bubbly, then you want to stop it. So that should be good. It might smoke a little, so just, you know, be cautious. It smells, so yes. So now what you're going to do is it's going to be very hot. I think so. You sort of just want to fit your little tweezers into the side. I don't know if I should have done this one because there's not really a thing to fit it into. But usually you can get these all done. So you're just going to stick your little tweezers in any angle, pardon me, you can really fit it in. I'm not really having success with this one, so I just actually might give up. I'm going to give up on that one, so I'm just going to depot the middle one, okay? So the middle one has no eyeshadow, so this should work better. Again, hold it straight up and go right under it till it gets bubbly. And this helps loosen it up and loosen the glue. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but it's smoking. So I'm just not gonna. So now that you're done with that, it should be bubbly. Mine's a little burnt, I guess, so be careful, it's gonna be hot. So now just fit it into the nearest corner and just try to pull it right out. And beware that if yours has paper on the bottom, it's gonna smell horrible. So yes, I'm just gonna spray some stuff. Okay. Yeah. So just stick your little tweezers in there. And make sure this isn't gonna burn through here. Shut it. So now you're just gonna wanna put it into this little crevices and dig right under it. Now beware, this thing is really hot because it's plain metal. So yeah. And as you guys notice, there's glue under here. That's why it's sticking. So yeah. So what that did was a fire, was it loosened up the glue, and it made me get it out. So this isn't hot anymore really. So just looks like that. And that's how you depot your eyeshadows. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Takes hardly any work and hardly any items. So I'm just gonna let that dry. Okay, now let's get to the point. So what you're gonna do, take your little eyeshadow container. I actually depotted these two, so I'm just gonna use this. So here we go. Here's the container, so I'm gonna use. Now what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna take some sort of stick, your favorite eyeshadows. I'm gonna be using this little eyeshadow today. And you're just going to scrape the pigments in there. I don't know if you guys can see that, probably not. A lot of people are probably saying, no, don't do that to your eyeshadow. It's fine. This is old eyeshadow I never used. So, yes. So, scrape a pretty good amount in there. I scraped about that much. So, now what you're going to do is I'm going to use two pigments. So, the next color I'm doing is I'm just going to do this dark blue. So, I'm going to do the same thing. So we're just going to scrape some dark blue in there. You can do as many colors as you want. I just actually made this color before and I'm all out of it and I really like it. So yeah. So make sure you get all that out of there. I used about a little bit. It wasn't all full, so yeah. So now you're done with your little eyeshadows. Pigmenting. There's mine. So now what you're going to do is take your rubbing alcohol and you want to stir these together to make this color all work. Like I said, you can put this in a container and then pour it in. I'm just going to go like this. So you want to crush it up really good. So I'm using the end of a golf tee and to crush it up really good. Because you don't want any very hard things. So now it doesn't look like a lot, but there's a lot in there. So now what you're going to do is take your little alcohol, rubbing alcohol, put some in the cap, a little amount. And I'm just going to pour it right in there. So you guys can see it. So you just need a little, and I suggest doing it the cap way, so hardly any spills. Oh, so I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little, just a little in there. So now you're gonna mix it really good, and I need just a little bit more. So yes. Now you're just gonna mix it together really well. So the pigmented, so the colors. Oops, let me make sure I'm not. Okay. So it's right here. And I'm going to add actually a little bit more of this color. So that in really, really good. I'm going to actually need a lot more pigment. Wasn't sure how much I needed. So yeah. And if you use a container about this size and make a full container, last up, I don't know how often you use your makeup. I put my makeup on once a day, usually. So mine lasted about a few weeks. So you're just going to stir that together really well. And now it's this really pretty purple, but there's hardly any in there. See? So we're just going to keep on adding and adding and adding. And I'm going to hurry this up so I don't waste time. So I'm going to add a little bit more glue. So now you can just crush it. I actually got a big chunk out of there, so. And the key is sort of thick, but not too thick. So I'm not satisfied with this color right now. It's not very attractive. So I'm just going to put that in. And that should be really good. So now I'm just going to crush this up again so you guys can see. Mix it together really well, and I'm just to add a little bit more peroxide. Sorry, not peroxide. You know what I mean. So that should be a pretty good amount. And you just, you want to get it so it's thick and it's not thick. I'm going to add just a tad bit more. Just like a few drops, really. Okay. Now I'm going to pour the rest back in my container. And, you guys should really see. Okay, so almost done. Okay. So I'm finally done with my final color. So now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. And this has to dry, so this I'm going to say dries in about a day. If you want to speed up the process and get it done in 10 minutes, just stick it in the freezer, I'm going to stick it in the freezer in a second and then I'm going to do another video. So watch for that video. You guys can see if this really works now. So there's my color. Like this really pretty blue. This purple. So yeah. So watch for another video today and I'm going to show you how it turned out and what it looks like. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, rate, and comment.